Hello lads and lassies, and welcome to another Division 2 video where I'm going to show you my main PvP build, which I have been using since day 1 of TU10 because I put it together quite quickly after I found that Foundry was being used by 900% of all the people in this game, in the DZ, and Conflict. So I was trying to figure out a way to make a anti-Foundry build, and this is something that I came up with that blasts through any Foundry build, as well as most other builds as well. So for this I'm using Lady Death, which is, in my opinion, the best exotic in the game. And I'm also using a FAMAS, which some people argue that, including me, that it is the best AR in the game. And then I'm also using Orbit with Perfect Finisher, which is, in my opinion, the best PvP pistol to use, because it gives you that plus 35% crit hit chance and plus 40% crit hit damage. And that's for 15 seconds, so those 15 seconds you can melt through anything. Okay, for this, you're mostly going to need crit hit damage on all of your pieces, so that's why I'm using one Grupo, 2 Sokolov, and 1 Seska. Even though Seska gives you crit hit chance, say I take this off, 46% on my Lady Death, but with that 10%, it gives you that 56%. I suggest not going for the maximum amount, 60% crit hit chance. On some of my other builds, sometimes I do that, but not this one, just because you want more crit hit damage. It will increase the DPS that you're outputting a little bit more. Okay. For the talents, you're going to want to use the Intimidate as well as Adrenaline Rush. If you can get a piece with that, preferably Sokolov or Grupo Sombra or Zeska, that is what everybody right now is using because it's such a good combo. As long as you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you can get that 20% bonus armor as well as the 35% weapon damage. But the thing about this is you want to survive long enough so that way you can have that bonus armor, because if you read it, while you have bonus armor, not if you get bonus armor, you get it for like 10 seconds. No, it's while you have bonus armor. So as soon as you lose that bonus armor, this Intimidate will disappear like that. So I suggest for the skill using a shield, defender drone, anything like that, just so that way you can keep that or reduce the damage a little bit more. For the second skill, honestly, I don't really care what you use. If you like one thing, use it, but preferably right now I use the Banshee Pulse, just because once you disorient somebody, it's very hard for them to get back in the fight. Excuse background noise, there's some stuff going on. I use the Gunner specialization, which just gives you extra ammo, gives you weapon handling if you stay still. It's just pretty good overall, especially for this build. And unlike the Firewall build, which is pretty cheesy overall, it gives you that full armor as well as the bonus armor immediately, so you don't have to wait 10 seconds in order for your thing to get back up to full. No, you can just pop it off and shred them immediately. For the gloves, I'm using Contractors, and for the knee pads, I'm using Fox's Prayer. If you don't have either, place it with another Sokolov, replace it with another Seska. Honestly, it doesn't really matter, just as long as you get some more DPS in there. And preferably, I used to use a little bit of Heal-A-Guard in here instead of the Fox's Prayer, just so that way I can get some more armor. I have 2 armor pieces right now, but preferably I would like 3. So I'm trying to get another Grupo Sombra mask with max crit hit damage. As well as for the Gunner specialization, you get the Riot Foam Grenade. Honestly, I don't really see the need for doing damage if you can just pop it off, you freeze them, and you can just shred them with as many rounds as you want while they're frozen. I don't use right foam in this because it's super cheesy, and everybody else seems to be using it, even though this is technically an Anti-Foundry build, and right foam is Anti-Foundry. I don't use it, it's just not good, honestly. So, yeah, just, if you want to be a good person, don't use Foundry, and don't use right foam. Yeah. Anyways, I have some gameplay, and I'll show that to you guys right here. Have fun.